Hello, good morning everyone. It is currently 6:55. I tend to get up at 6:55. Sometimes we push it till 7. Hi guys. So I wanted to bring you guys into a day in the life, a weekend in my life. I'm not sure how long this is going to be of a ministry major. So if you guys didn't know, I'm going to school for pastoral leadership. I am doing their online program. I do get opportunities to go to on campus here and there, but I did want to show you guys what it's like. If I'm being quite honest, ministry, seminary school is not just reading your Bible. It's not an extended Bible study. There is some tough stuff going into ministry, especially when you're saying yes to the call of the Lord. The amount of reading that we do is ridiculous. I would say it's even equivalent to what a law student reads, because it's a lot of reading. It's a lot of reading. So with that being said, we need to go to the bookstore to get my books, and then I want to chit chat and talk about the classes that I'm taking this semester, what my schedule looks like, my calendar, and how to stay up to date with all of that. So okay, with that being said, my first class is my Old Testament class. We are taking a deep look into the Old Testament. If you guys didn't know, the Old Testament is a collection of books. It's made up of 39 books. So currently we are in the thick of learning about the Pentateuch. So the Pentateuch are the first 5 books of the Bible, and that is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. So we are taking a big look into that, and from this class, it is a rigorous class. There's a lot of reading. It's a ridiculous amount of reading. So our professor pretty much, because I'm an online program, pretty much tells us to do about 3 hours of coursework and then about 6 hours of homework. And in total, that's going to be 9 hours. So if I take that every day for every single class, that's like a 36, almost 48-hour week. So that's pretty much a full-time job. This class, a lot of it, it's not really lectured based. It's all in the book. My professor pretty much tells us that it should take us about 4 minutes to read per page to make sure we stay on track. So on Mondays, we study Old Testament, biblical preaching class. And this is the book we are using for that class. And let me tell you, I feel like this class will be the death of me. It's not necessarily that I like know how to formulate a sermon, but it's the fact that this book is written in such a manner that it's a little bit difficult to understand, because he goes, okay, you have to have indirective and deductive points, and then he doesn't necessarily give you the definition of something, and then he starts to give you the definition, and then he blabbles on about giving an example, but it makes no sense to me. This class will be the death of me. I actually have 3 major projects for that class. This class I have to spend a little bit more extra time. Theology and apologetics, I love that class. I absolutely love it. It's so interesting to know like the difference between theology and apologetics. And apologetics is like defending, being ready to defend the word. So we are actually reading these 2 books, Know What You Believe and Know Why You Believe. I think these are super important. Okay, so my next class that I'm taking is my parent and family class. If you guys didn't know, being a pastor, a lot of it is we are called to be shepherds, and to be shepherds of the flock means like sometimes you're gonna have to counsel, whether that's in family, whether that's kids. So a nice chunk of my curriculum is I could probably get a minor in counseling. So this is the book that we're currently reading. It's Holding On to Your Kids. This book is so full of knowledge, and it's not necessarily from a biblical standpoint. So right now we are learning about attachment styles and how the child ordinates around the parent. There's like a big epidemic right now in kids that kids are no longer looking to their kids to be their moral compass or to be their compass in general, how to navigate their lives, but they're looking to their peers. So that's why you see a big shift in the dynamic of parenting and kids. And there's a big epidemic of parents going to like experts and reading books and nothing changes. It's because the attachment style. So we talked about Old Testament, we talked about biblical preaching, we talked about theology. Okay, so we pretty much taught about each class that I'm taking.
Of course. The two main goals here are to finish off the discussion of each book of the Pentateuch, and while that would take an entire class to really get into details that really that I want to get into, that all of us want to get into, it's the Bible. Who doesn't love it?
Okay guys, so I just finished my Old Testament class. So it's lunchtime now. I'm gonna go ahead and have some leftovers from when me and Kyle went on our date. And you know, because studying can be very tedious and time consuming and everything, I try to make everything kind of fun. So I'm drinking out of my pumpkin glass, and then to drink I'm having a coffee. So yeah, I'm basically just having my leftover burger and my poppy drink, and this is where I'm studying.